Going to do a social media audit for Miss Angelica. Now we are going to do a social media audit both on Facebook and on Instagram. They are similar, but there are different components to look for each one. So we're going to start here with Facebook. So the first thing I noticed right here is she has a very nice profile picture of herself. It is not a picture of a dog or a cat. It does not have 7 other adults in it, so we don't know who Angelica is. It's very clear that it is her. When you're looking at your profile picture, you want to make sure that it's either you and a spouse, you by yourself, it could be you and a child. But for example, if you have a name like Angelica, then there only needs to be one woman in the profile picture. If your name is Ben and you are a man running a social media page, then there only needs to be one man in the profile picture. Again, it's just very confusing if you have 4 or 5 of the same gender adults in a profile picture. Who am I talking to when I'm reaching out to your business? So the next thing that I notice when I scroll up here is her cover photo is nice and crisp and clean. It says you live, you learn, you upgrade. When you are looking at a cover photo, you want to make sure that it does not detract from the rest of your page. So you don't want it to be very busy. Keep it nice, crisp, and clean. You can have a favorite quote on there. You can have a logo on there. Just something that enhances your page and makes it look nice and bright versus takes away from your overall feel of your page. Now, I'm just going to start top to bottom. When it comes to your intro, this is where a lot of people will turn followers away. You want to have an intro that speaks directly to your target audience. So if you are speaking to dog moms, then your intro needs to be speaking to dog moms. Now, having said that, this is why you want to make sure that you have a solid brand. Now, if branding is not something that you are proficient in yet, I want you to head over to helpingheartshomeschool.com. This is my website, and you're going to go to the business section. You're going to go down to business building freebies. And then what I want you to do is scroll down and download this free branding worksheet right here. So you're going to click on free branding worksheet. You're simply going to put in your email and your first name. Click on the send my worksheet to me, and that is going to send your email automatically, completely for free, and start walking you through the basics of branding. Because again, you have got to identify your target audience so that way your audience can find you. So with an intro, this Angelica has on here all things Jesus, wifey to Ramon, blended mom of 6, lady boss. So this tells me a few things about her. It does not tell me why I should follow her or how she's going to help me. So we're going to look through her page and see if we can kind of figure out what Angelica is all about. And then I'll come up here and I will tell you what I would put as the tagline for this page if we can find out what she's all about. So we're just going to start going through some posts. Now remember, when you are posting, that you want to keep your content fresh. You either want to have funny posts, responsive posts, so like interactive things that you're having people comment on, emotional, so storytelling, telling your story, how you got in your business, how you developed your business, what you like about your products, what they've done for you, that kind of stuff. Sales posts, and absolutely there's a time and a place for sales, and then helpful posts. So what are you helping, again, your audience with? What is the pain point that you're fixing? So the first post that I see is from 4 hours ago, and this is a story post. So this is an emotional post. She is talking about why she joined the business. Now, the only thing I would nitpick on this is you don't want to use a lot of hashtags on Facebook. Hashtags is more of an Instagram thing. And when you do hamsters, oh my goodness. When you do hashtags, you want to stay away from the salesier ones. So like side hustle is the new job security. I would not put something like that in my post because you're going to turn away the people who are business minded. You're wanting to attract quality people into your business. And when you're putting a hashtag like side hustle is the new job security, you're going to turn away those people who already have a very good job and they're just looking for some extra money. They would be a really big asset to your team, but it leaves a bad taste in their mouth. But again, in general, on Facebook, I would not use hashtags. Now, if you're posting to where you post on Instagram and it automatically posts on Facebook, it's going to post the hashtags automatically. I do that with my business page. So then what you're going to need to do is as soon as you post, you head over to Facebook, you click the edit button, which just in case you don't know what that is, it is going to be these 3 dots right here. Now, I can't do it on your page, but you can do it on your page. When you click the 3 dots, the button's going to pop up saying edit. You're going to click edit and you'll just simply delete the hashtags and click save. So not a big deal. Also, Angelica, I just noticed it says that you're from Lake Station, Indiana. So my husband and I have lived in Portage, Indiana for the last 9 years. We just relocated to South Carolina. So small world. Literally, we were next door neighbors, which is pretty cool. Okay, so scrolling down here, I see, I see that you're followed by 13,000 people. That is super impressive. So I want to give you a huge shout out for that. I don't know if you have some reels that have taken off. That's my guess because I know that's kind of the big thing right now that people are using to grow, or if it was something else, but that is really, really impressive. So you deserve like a huge pat yourself on the shoulder. Let's see what the 2 websites are in her bio. I do like websites in a bio. However, I absolutely would not put anything that is company specific in there. So I see Angelica Sanchez, all things Wifey to Ramon. So again, the same thing that was on the regular bio. Take quiz to find the perfect health system. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. So as soon as they click take the quiz, it immediately redirects them to It Works. And so immediately they have no need to ask you for information anymore because they saw that it's It Works. All they have to do is go Google it, and there are thousands and thousands of people selling products like It Works. So if they know anyone, friend, family, distant cousin that is selling It Works, you've automatically lost the sale because they love what you posted and they're going to go buy it from their friend. So I would not have anything company specific if you're in any kind of network marketing or multi-level marketing or direct sales or whatever it is that you want to classify your MLM as. In your bio, in your posts, you should not ever be saying the name of your company or having anything linked to a company page. So looking to create extra income, I'm going to assume that this also has like completely directs to It Works. Customer, pre-order form, sample try. So it looks like these are all It Works links other than PayPal and Venmo. So I would not have those in your bio. What I would do, you have one of 2 options. And Angelica, I know that you are a student inside the creator course. So for you, I see that it has take quiz to find the perfect health system. For you, I would create a lead magnet because I know that you're already in the course. I would create a lead magnet that has something to do with healthy recipes. So maybe 3 crock pot dinners that can help you lose weight, or 3 weight loss friendly crock pot dinners. That's probably a better title. Anything to do with weight loss, because again, you're kind of targeting the perfect health system. You're targeting weight loss right there. And then what you're going to do is so that the link is going to be to your landing page. It's not going to be to It Works. So they're going to give you the email. They're going to get this free. And I would probably do more than 3. I would do like a little, I don't know, brochure, a book, whatever you want to call it, of some few healthy recipes or healthy mocktails or just any kind of healthy something that they can download. It could even be a fitness tracker. You could do like a fun little, some kind of a fitness tracker. But the idea behind that would be is they would click, give you your email, and they would get this freebie automatically. Then in your landing page, you would redirect them to the It Works page. At that point, you already have their email. You already know that they clicked on your link, and you can follow up with them. What's happening here is when they click on this, they click continue. They click start the quiz. I'm assuming I'm going to have to put my email in here soon. It Works is collecting their email. So yeah. So you have no control over this. This is not, well, actually, I don't even see a quiz on here. There might be a quiz, I don't know, but if I've got to look that much to find a quiz, I'm going to just exit out of this. Like, as a potential customer, I would not stay on this. I don't see a quiz. Now, if there was a quiz, then you would just redirect them. You would get their email first, and then you would redirect them. And that's probably going to be the same with all of these buttons. So looking to create extra income. Same thing, instead of going to the It Works website or the influencer application. Okay, so you have the influencer application. It's not the It Works website, which is good. However, a much easier way to do this is to use a landing page. So you can still have your story on there. They'll put in their email. You'll have it automatically, and then you can start selling on the back end, which is what I tell all of my clients. But I'm glad that you don't go directly to It Works there. Customer pre-order form. Okay, so I don't know what the purpose of this is. As a customer on your page, or not, I'm not a customer, as someone who's frequenting your page, I'm going and clicking this, but I know nothing about you. So I wouldn't have this in my bio at all, or in my, the equivalent of a link tree. I wouldn't have that in there. Sample trial pack order form. That's a good one to have in there because I'm assuming you're doing reels or posts and saying, like, fill out the sample pack in my bio. So not mad at that one, although I would have a way to capture the email because, again, just having them fill out a form, you're giving yourself a lot of extra work. And then PayPal and Venmo. So I would just really make this about them. Give them something of value in here. Right now, everything in your link tree is getting them to buy something. You want to make sure that you're adding so much value that people want to keep coming back to your page versus right now, as the consumer on your page, I just feel like you want to sell me something. Like the whole vibe I'm getting is this girl wants me to buy something from her or sign up for stuff. And that's not the vibe that you want to give off. And then here, the startinfluencing.com. What is this? Okay, so same thing. You're just directing right back to It Works. So at this point, I'm like, oh, I want to make money. That looks good. And then I'm going to click on it. I'm like, oh, it's at It Works. Okay, they're wanting me to become an It Works distributor. Oh, you know, my neighbor Susie down the street that used to babysit my kids, she does It Works. Okay, I'm going to go talk to her about this, and I'm going to go and get signed up because you've sold me on this. But because I know someone else that sells it, I'm just going to sign up with her. I kind of feel loyal, so I kind of have to do that. So you are directing people to other people. I guarantee you are losing sales with 13,000 people that are following you. You are losing sales and you are losing distributors left and right just because you're out in the open with everything. There's no reason for them to inbox you. So while yes, from looking at your page, you're probably making a decent amount of money, I guarantee you're losing just as much, if not more, only because of those few little things. So the big action step I would have for you is take all the It Works stuff off of your page, and make sure that you're directing people to you and to your email list, not to It Works. Now, the next thing I see here is just a funny little reel. Reels are really big in right now, so congrats for taking advantage of that. There's a quote, sometimes God holds you back until the road is safe and clear to continue. Be thankful. What is meant for you won't pass you by. I love quotes. Okay, so this one, now I'm blind reacting to this, guys. Y'all know I'm not a fan of before and after pictures because they are super spammy. They're typically plastered with company logos and company names, and they're just super spammy. I don't mind this one. Not at all. It's a very nice, clear before and after. It is a gorgeous before and after, by the way. There is not a company name spammed all over it, so they're not going to see this and like, ooh, I love that. I'm going to buy it from someone else. She is giving a little bit of information about it. There's not a bunch of spammy ingredients that she's listed. The only thing I would change here, Angelica, is your call to action. Instead of who's in, you would want to say something like, if you want to try this, drop a comment below. If you want to try this, drop a heart. Inbox me for 40% off. Like, who's in is just a little bit vague. The other thing is, with a before and after like this, you want to make sure you leave it up. Now, I see this is only 10 hours, so this is fine. You leave it up for about 24 hours and then you delete it. Because what's going to happen is when you are interacting with people, when you are doing all the social media stuff, immediately people are coming back to your page and they don't want to feel like you're trying to get them to buy something. And then we see, here is another reel. Then we see another quote. Okay, so one thing I'm going to let you know, you do not want to be posting more than once or twice a day on Facebook right now. It hinders the algorithm. You have a decent amount of engagement for the amount of time that you're posting. However, limit it to 1 or 2. A reel does count in there. So max, you're going to do 2 posts in a reel, but ideally you would keep it down to 2 posts per day. Here is another reel. Here is another reel. Okay, and these are not reels that you created, correct? I thought they were. I think that one is. Okay, so some of these are. So if you create the reel, post it. Do not share reels to your page from other people, pretty much ever. You either quit or keep going. They both hurt. Read that again. Okay, so, and here we are. This is another emotional post, which is awesome. This is her sharing her story and talking about the business. And again, she's got a lot of engagement on this because she does really well with these posts. Now, here we go. So I gave you some action steps. The big one, Angelica, is get solidified with your brand. I have just been on your page for a good 3 or 4 minutes. I have no idea what you're about other than some positivity and what it says in your bio. I know you're trying to sell me something. And those are kind of the only things I know. I don't know why I should follow you. I'm not sure what benefit I'm going to get from your page. And that is something that you want to make clear from the get-go. Bio, I would change. I don't know what I would change it to because I don't know what your brand is. I don't know what you're trying to help people with. But just reading this, I see blended mom of 6. So I would change it to something mom related because clearly that's important to you. It wouldn't be in your bio. I would absolutely not put Lady Boss in there. That is a telltale sign. Hey, look, I'm trying to sell you something. Come buy something from me. I love the all things Jesus. So maybe something like, because I know that you are with It Works. So I know that you're health and fitness related, and I know that you're helping moms make money. And then the little bit I know about your bio, I believe you're bilingual because I saw a couple Spanish posts. So if you're not bilingual, I apologize, but I do believe that you are. So a couple good options for your bio are going to be bilingual mom of 6, helping blended families navigate nutrition on a budget. That is something you absolutely could niche into. Another really good phrase you could put on there is bilingual mom of 6, helping parents navigate the world of blended families. And you could niche into that. Those are 2 that I'm just kind of throwing out off the top of my head. And so you would post stuff related to whatever your bio says. So again, if I'm a mom and I'm a blended family and I have a large family and I'm on a budget and I see that you're helping moms with nutrition that have large families, I'm going to automatically follow you. And not only am I going to follow you, I'm actually going to tune into your content. So I'm not going to follow you and then never come back to your page. I'm going to be on your page every day. I'm going to be in your stories, and I'm going to expect you to be showing up with what you told me you were going to help me with, which is nutrition on a budget. Same with if you're talking about you're going to help parents navigate the world of blended families. I'm going to expect that when I come to your page, I'm going to see posts relevant to that topic. So that is where branding really comes in handy, is because you're going to create a loyal community that want to follow you for the solution that you have for their problem. And then they're going to buy your products because they fall in love with you and with your family. So you always want to lead with value, and then the sales come in on the back end. Okay, so at the end of my audits, I always give my clients a grade, and I don't want anyone to ever take this personal. This is feedback that I can give you to help you reach a bigger audience and make more money, which is why I get hired in the first place. So the way that I grade is the bio is worth 25 points because that is going to be the thing that is going to either get me to stay on your your content or it's going to get me to immediately click off. The content itself is worth 50 points. Because we work on the fresh system, you get 10 points for each category: funny, responsive, emotional, sales, and helpful. The overall aesthetic I give 10 points for, because yes, the aesthetic is pretty, but it's not super important. It's not like a make or break it. If you have not great aesthetics, your cover photo is messy, your profile picture has 15 people in it, but you have a killer bio and you have a great content, you're still going to make sales. And then links I give 15, because that's how you're capturing your leads. That is how you are going to automate your sales versus having to sell one-on-one in the DMs. So what I did, Angelica, for you is I gave you 5 for the bio, because you do have blended mom of 6 in there. So that caught my eye right away, even though you don't have really an overall feel of, hey, what am I going to do for you? Content, I gave you 20. There's nothing funny that I see on your page, and you don't have to have funny, but funny is something. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you 30, because I have seen people take funny and replace it with positive, and it works just as well. And you do get a lot of engagement on your positive. So I'm going to give you 30 for that. So funny / positive, I'll give you a check mark. The responsive, there was not any that were really engaging. You want to make sure that you have a lot of interaction on your page and that you are directing your audience to engage with you. Emotional, I gave you the full 10. I think your story posts are spot on and really, really well crafted. Sales posts, again, I gave you a 10, because the sales posts that you have are not spammy. The only thing I would say is I would delete them after 24 hours. But again, that one's only been up for 10 that I was talking about. So I'll definitely give you that. Helpful, I gave you 0, because I don't see any posts that help with any kind of pain point unless I buy something from you. It's not a helpful post if I have to pay for it. What you want to do is lead with value for free. So again, if you go with either of my bios, and you can tweak it however you want, but if you're saying you're a bilingual mom of 6 helping blended families deal with parenting, I forget how I worded it, then your helpful posts are going to specifically be how to parent as a blended couple and different things around parenting and mothering as a blended family. If you are going to go with the one that talks about nutrition, your helpful is going to be recipes that are cheap, how to meal plan, how to meal prep, that kind of stuff. And of course, there are dozens of other variations. I'm not saying you have to go with either one of those options. The aesthetic, I give you a 10. I think that your profile is very pleasing when you come to it. And links, I give you 0, because again, the links, you need to have the overall feel of, here are some things that I'm going to give you as value. And right now, your links just say, please buy my products. So overall, I give you a 35 out of 100, but I'm giving you a lot of action steps. I'm super excited to see what you do with them. And let's flip over and see your Instagram. Now, some of the things are going to be the same, and a few of the things are going to be quite a bit different. So when it comes to the profile picture, you want to have the same profile picture across all your social media platforms. So she has the same one here that she has on Facebook, which is perfect. When it comes to the bio, again, we already talked about the bio. Basically, you want to have it relatively, again, the same as Facebook. And primarily, you want to focus on, what am I doing for my target audience? Like, why should you come to my page and why should you consume my content? And then again, the same thing with the links in the bio. You typically want to make it all centered around your customer. So we already talked about this. These are the same links that she has over on her Facebook. Highlights are huge on social media. They really tell your audience what they can expect from your page. So as I'm looking here, she has one highlight bubble, and it just talks. Okay, so I'm assuming this is just going to be why you should join my business. Yes. So same thing, you're not offering your audience anything of value unless they give you money. And that is something that's going to turn a lot of people off. So I see up here that you have 4,400 followers, which is awesome. That is a great start on social media, on Instagram rather. However, you posted this quote an hour ago and there are no likes, no engagement on it. This is one from 13 hours ago that only has 1 like. So that tells me, yes, you have a lot of followers, but they're not engaging with your content. What happened probably is you put out a piece of content or a reel that they really liked. they went to your page and followed you, and then they found, oh, look, there's nothing else like this on her page. So they never came back, or they came back once or twice, didn't see anything that they really resonated with, so they went ahead and stopped following. Like, they didn't click the unfollow button, but they stopped tuning in. So same thing we talked about last time. You don't want to have reels that you did not create on your Instagram. And then with Instagram, it's a little bit different, because your reels, you can hide them and still have them where people can readily access them. I would not keep reels up more than 24 to 48 hours. So I'm going to flip over to my Instagram. So Angelica, in addition to what we talked about on Facebook, where you're going to update your bio, you're going to learn how to post that fresh content and give your audience something to come back for. Because this is Instagram and highlights are a big thing, you're going to want to make sure that you create a few highlight tabs that is going to showcase the things that you're offering to your audience. So I'm going to flip over and show y'all my page for this real quick. So this is my homeschooling page. And the first thing you're going to notice when you are scrolling down on my normal feed is you are not going to see hardly any reels. Everything is going to be very aesthetically pleasing. It's going to center around my brand colors, and you're going to see my logo in several different places. In addition, I am constantly posting fresh content, and I'm going to go through just 5 different posts that are fresh posts. The first one I'll go through is a funny one. So it's simple. Feeling like a bad parent. Quote goes, I don't know what they're called, quokkas. Toss your babies at predators so they can escape. So this is one that went over relatively well with my audience. And a lot of times, if you're posting funny, they're also going to be responsive. So as you can tell, we had several people that commented on this. And another way to get responsive content is just by asking a question or giving a thought with your content as well. But let me give you an example. So I just talked about on here how we struggled with handwriting from the beginning, started cursive, and talked about how my daughter really likes the cursive handwriting better. Typically, homeschool moms are going to comment on that and give me their experiences. So you're going to see I posted the exact same post on Facebook because my Facebook page and my Instagram page are both homeschool pages. I post basically the same content. I may reword it slightly depending on if I'm telling people to go to the link in my bio or whatever. But you'll see this one. It's the exact same as what I posted on Instagram, except I have 34 comments underneath it and 198 people that engaged with it. So don't overthink this either. Sometimes you're going to put a post up and it's going to flop on one or more platforms. And sometimes you're going to put it up and it does amazing and then it flops on another platform. So when I say responsive, your goal is to get people to engage with you, liking, commenting, DMing you, whatever. The goal is just to get engagement up. What I have noticed is the funny posts tend to do that, as well as ones that have to do with a pain point that you have fixed in your own life, and people typically will give you like their own experience as well. Now, if you're really low on engagement, you can post what I call like a bait post, where you're literally your only reason for posting it is to get engagement. But typically, once you get a pretty good brand going and you're consistent with valuable content, you won't need to fish for comments because they're going to come pretty naturally. So funny, and again, funny or positive. So this would be considered in the funny category, even though it's not. Funny/positive is kind of the same thing, but positive doesn't start with an F, so funny is what I put up there. But basically, you're just putting up a post that is either going to inspire or make your audience laugh. It's not going to be super deep. It's usually going to be one slide. So this is something that I put up that I read it and I thought it was very profound, turned it into my own statement, put it on my social media. So responsive, again, we talked about. So then emotional is going to be you telling your story. Emotional is going to be a post like this where I talk about the fact that I have a ton of moms in the Boss Mom Creator course right now that are able to pay their bills by using the stuff I've been teaching them. And I have a little testimonial here from one of my clients. So I'm telling an emotional story. I'm getting I'm eliciting a specific emotion. Now, sometimes my emotional posts are not going to have anything to do with what I'm selling, but maybe with one of my lead magnets like this one did right here. So I just talked about how my daughter used to dread spelling tests and now she likes doing them with this really cool little freebie that we have. So you're just telling your experience with a product that you're using, selling, affiliate for, whatever. Sales posts, I think we all know what those are. That is a straight here, buy my product post. Now, if it is a before and after post that is specifically is related, especially to like weight loss or something like that, that is very salesy looking, you don't want to keep it up for more than 24 to 48 hours. Now, if it's something that goes along with your brand, like for example, this Boss Kids character kit right here is 100% a sales post. So what this is, and sales posts typically are going to get much lower engagement because you're literally putting up a thing saying buy my product. So here I just went through and I specifically talked about the different things that come in our Boss Kids kit. So this is the kit that we sell. It's a monthly kit that comes directly to my subscribers' inboxes, and they get 25 plus educational activities. They get a ton of non-educational, just fun things. And then they get the character part of it, which are chore charts, habit and homework trackers, a sermon notebook, and every month is a different theme. So their kids are constantly getting motivated to do their chores, do their homework, have fun, and actually listen in church versus sitting and tuning the preacher out or, coloring and not paying attention to anything that they're saying. And so what I'm doing is I am solving that problem or those problems in a very fun package that my audience eats up every single month. So that would be the sales post. And then the last one is helpful. Now, helpful is my favorite. So you're just going to post a piece of content that helps your audience with some kind of pain point. So let's go through here. This one right here, 6-step journaling routine for busy moms. I'm literally teaching people how to journal. Now, this one leads people. I tell them exactly what the training is on. I always have a freebie attached. So this freebie happens to be a free journaling starter guide. And then I tell them where to get it. This one happened to have my link in my stories. Now, I posted this 24 hours ago when the link was in my stories. It's not in my stories anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this post to put link in highlights. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. And then free trainings. Or no, homeschool tips, I think, on this page, actually. I have 2 different Instagram pages. Homeschool tips. And I'm going to save that. So then what they're going to do is if they want that training anytime, I don't ever have to go repost it again. They're going to go up here to the homeschool tips. My computer is not doing amazing today, guys. Sorry. Homeschool tips. And all they're going to do is scroll through. They're going to see all the different homeschool tip trainings that I've done. Pick any of them that they want to tune into. And each one has a call to action. It has a product attached that they can buy if they want. And it has a freebie that has a freebie funnel attached. So the majority of my sales come from these helpful trainings. And then they're going to get to the one, oh, this is the one I want. All they're going to do is click on it, visit the link, and it's going to take them straight to my YouTube that they're going to be able to automatically start watching. I don't know why it's starting 5 minutes in, but because that's where I left off. They're going to be able to start watching the YouTube training. And then in the description, and it just helps me set a better tone for my day. I actually, as I'm doing my journaling, I'm also updating my... In the description of that specific training, and I do this with all my trainings, so I'm just showing you guys how I do this. In that specific training, they can click to go to the corresponding blog. That is the same information that the YouTube just gave them, except in a written format. So we've got a 6-step journaling routine here. They can watch the video. Obviously, sometimes people come to my blog that have not watched the video yet, so they can watch the video. They can get all of the information. And then on this one, I have a couple plugs for things that they can buy. So for example, the first one I have on here is my SMART Goal Planner. So again, they click the link oh, what's the SMART Goal Planner? And then it shows them. This is the homeschool edition. I also have a business edition. They're both on my website. So I can go through and show them This is what you're getting when you download the Smart Goal Planner. You're getting its 6 sections. You're going to get the monthly goals, the weekly goals, the quarterly goals. Basically, the first section is like writing down your goals, what they actually are. Second section is you're going to be able to turn them into SMART goals. And the video and everything walks through how to do this. You're going to connect your goals to your emotions. And then the next 3 sections, you're going to break them down into action steps. And I have examples on there for them. You're going to do a monthly assessment every month to make sure you're actually staying on track. And you're going to have a little vision board that you put together for yourself. And then I show them that when they download this, and I think it is like $12 or $13 right now because it's on sale. When they download this, look at this. They're getting 6 complete like planners for the price of 1. So they can mix and match the colors. They can do all the same color. If they want to print them out for different members of their family, maybe they have teenagers that are working on goals, they can do that. And it's just a really awesome way to take people from my social media and walk them through a little sales funnel to get them to buy different things. Now, if I go back to the original journaling post, like I said, another thing you'll notice on here is I've got a freebie. I always have a freebie at the bottom. And to download that, they're giving me their email address. So they're immediately getting onto my email list, which is where I do a lot of sales on the back end as well. So keep in mind, your social media does not have to be the stopping point. Your social media can simply be the starting point to a lot more sales and a lot more money in your pocket. So helpful. So that's one way to do it. Another way is just to do a social media post. You're not trying to get them off social media at all. Carousel posts work great for this. And if you're a beginner and you're like, I don't have a YouTube channel, I don't really do good with videos, I don't have a blog or anything yet, this is what you want to focus on, are doing these helpful carousel posts in whatever niche that you belong in. So creating a killer morning routine. I just go through the content, the 8 things that I would do if I was teaching somebody like a new morning routine. And then thanks for reading, and their call to action is simply to follow me. I'm not getting them off social media. I'm just getting some more followers. This one is a homeschool starter guide, so that's a helpful one for sure. Let's see. Parenting tools to master. I think that just goes through, all that is a lot of social emotional learning is what this kind of covers. Self-care ideas for mom. This gets them off my social media and onto my YouTube. Thinking of homeschooling. This is a post that leads them to my free homeschooling starter guide, which again gets them on my email list. So what you're doing is you're just focusing on, why should my audience keep coming back? Am I entertaining them? Am I inspiring them? Am I eliciting some emotional response that's going to keep them here? Am I selling something that they actually want and I'm wrapping it in a way that they want to open it? And am I helping them? And the helpful part should be like 70-ish% of your content should be geared towards non-sales items, 70 to 80% actually. Now, my highlights, this is really what I wanted to for sure show y'all. I have all my freebies in one spot. I've got everything to do with those character kits in one spot. Work with me. Guys, I'm not saying you can't have people work with you. I'm saying you've got to do it in a way that's not salesy. Now, if you notice, when you click the Work With Me tab, it's going to be storytelling. It's not going to be join my team. It's not going to be buy my starter kit for $99. It's going to be, this is what this job allows me to do. So not us swimming in October. Check my emails, catching up on my favorite shows, enjoying the pool view. Love this job. This one takes them directly to an Instagram post. And the post literally says, I was recently asked what caused you to choose your career choice. I think that's kind of a kind way of saying what made you choose to work on social media, even though everyone said you'd never make any money. Some of y'all know this, some of you don't, and you can go through and read this yourself. But basically, I kind of let them know how I started working on social media, and that if they want to do it, I have a training that I can send them to that they can do it themselves. And I'm going to have a few like that takes them to a post on social media. But I'm going to have a lot that just do, is this really, my office view, check out #DreamJob, and I have a link that I send them to. Now for me, if your link sends them to a company that you do not own, you do not want to send them to that link. What you want to do is you want to send them to a link that captures their email address. Or if you don't have an email list, that's totally fine. You want to send them to a YouTube video that you personally made. At the very least, your immediate upline made it if you are recruiting. Like this part specifically has to do with network marketing or any kind of like recruiting or course selling. You do not, I cannot stress this enough, you do not want to send them to a company page. Because again, if I'm telling them this story and I've sold them on why they should work from home and made them see the value and really want to do this, and then I send them to a page that says, oh, join my It Works team. Oh man, I didn't know It Works was that awesome. I'm so excited. But hey, I know my cousin sells it. I'm going to go join with her. So you did all the work to get them to walk through the door and want to sign up with you. And they're thinking that it's going to be the same with their cousin. And we know that it's not. We know when it comes to direct sales, network marketing, MLM, whatever you want to classify yourself as, your team does matter. Your upline does matter. If I fall in love with Tanya, I'm falling in love with Tanya, not falling in love with It Works. And that goes for whatever company you're in. I'm using It Works because that's what Angelica's in, and that's the audit that we're doing today. Now for me, I'm not in network marketing. I teach people how to create digital products, and then I teach business owners that already have digital products or are with network marketing companies how to brand in a way that they're actually getting the clients and the money and the customers that they deserve into their business. So mine takes them to my website. I own it, so it's not something that I am leading them away from me, if that makes sense. And what you'll see here is as soon as they get over to this, I immediately tell them where to go. They're going to start by watching this video, and it explains exactly how they can make money from social media. I do need to change the cover because it says 2022. Actually, let me pause and just add that to my to-do list real quick because I absolutely will forget. Cover for income video. But what that's going to do is it's going to explain step by step how I make money from social media without joining an MLM or a network marketing company. Now, I'm not against those things. What I'm saying is I know I have a lot of moms that would rather do the digital products because it's something they own 100% and not something that someone else controls than they would joining an MLM. If they want to join an MLM, then I have clients in pretty much every company. So I'll point them to one of my clients and let them answer their questions and see if it's a good fit for them. And then we're going to go down here and it just, again, explains exactly what it's for, what just a couple digital products a month can do for their family income-wise. Like you can see here, just adding on one $10 product, which is relatively easy to make, do that for 6 months, do it consistently, follow the steps, and you could be making almost $2,000 a month just on social media with something that you 100% control. So it's something that I love to teach. And it's something that on Instagram, I do it by storytelling. So the next slide here is when I moved in, I was a little sad to give up my office, but I love my little space. And I just kind of showed my little workspace that I use. Now, full disclaimer, I work in there less than an hour a week. I'm almost always at the pool working. Right now I'm in my kitchen. You can hear the dishwasher going because, hey, this is mom life, right? But I rarely am in there. It looks pretty though. I talk about content creation days. Content creation, which I love doing. Talked about why it's different than the whole hustle culture, because I'm very anti-hustle culture. Again, another post that takes them a little bit more on a journey, another one, and then just a really cool office view that I had one day, and I was watching a movie and doing some emails and just thinking like, man, I'm so dang grateful for this life. It's not even funny. So anyways, highlights. I've got homeschool tips, I've got reviews, I've got journaling, I've got my planner, and notice how they're all cohesive. They all match my brand colors. They are all very clean and neat. They're not messy, and they're clearly labeled. So my audience immediately, okay, I'm coming to her page. I don't really care that much about working with her. I don't really care that much about freebies. Ooh, I definitely need some journaling tips though. They know where to find everything in like one small little spot. So that is just a little bonus training. I typically don't do this at the end of every single audit, but it is something that I wanted to make sure that I did at the end of this one because it's the first one that I've kind of put out in a little bit. So now's the part where you decide if having a social media audit would be something that you would be interested in and that would benefit your business. So the first question I typically get is, okay, Tanya, well, who is this for? This is for anybody who is using social media to build a business. If you are an Etsy shop owner, if you're a network marketer, if you're a direct seller, if you're a social seller, affiliate marketing, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're serious about using social media to make an extra income, a social media audit would be something that would be a good fit for you. And then the second question I get is, okay, well, if I decide to do this, how does it work? What's included? Like, what all is involved? So this is actually really simple for you. All you have to do is tell me if you primarily want me to comb through your Facebook or your Instagram. Now, automatically, every audit includes both. But as you just saw with Angelica's, I primarily focus on one, and then I pick up the slack on the second one. They have a lot of the same things. However, Instagram, the main difference is Instagram has highlights where Facebook does not. So you'll get a complete recorded social overhaul. So you'll get this to where you can replay and watch it as much as you want. That in itself is a $57 value. We will cover your aesthetic of your social media. We will cover your bio, any links that you included, as well as your content. And then if you are having me focus on Instagram, we will come through your highlights as well. And then when you have gotten the video, you've had time to review it, then we get on a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom with myself where you can ask me any questions. If you need help with your bio, I can write the bio for you. If you're like, I don't know how to do a milkshake, I don't know how to do a link tree, I can point you in those directions. Whatever it is that you need to implement some of those action steps that I gave you. Now, as a bonus, anybody who signs up this weekend, because we do have a special running, you'll get to choose an extra item that I will do completely for free for you. So I will either write your personalized bio, I will design all of your highlight tabs with whatever color scheme you would like, and if you need me to help you pick out a color scheme, that is included. I will do 3 pieces of custom copy for you. This could be business posts if you're focused on recruiting. It can be to do with any one of your products or 3 different products. Whatever pieces of content you would like made, I will make those for you. Or I can create 3 custom graphics. So the 3 pieces of custom copy would be copyright, so that would be the verbiage. The 3 custom graphics would be maybe you're really good at the copyright side, but you're not so good at the graphic side. So those are between $25 and $197 usually that I do for my clients on an a la carte basis. However, you can pick one of these included completely for free in your social media audit by signing up this weekend. Everything is ran through my website, so if you would like an audit, all you need to do is go over to helpingheartshomeschool.com. It does not matter if you're not a homeschool mom, that is just the umbrella that I work under. Click on the Work With Me tab up on the menu bar, and then click Social Media Audits and click Apply. From there, you will be sent a very short application on your email just to make sure that what I'm offering would be a good fit for you. And then we will get started on the process. Super excited to work with you. Hope y'all have an awesome rest of the weekend, and I will see y'all soon.